The sun. It's powerful, energizing, and full of surprises. Sunbathing has been around for centuries, celebrated for its benefits and feared for its risks. But did you know sunlight can impact everything from your mood and sleep to your skin's microbiome and even your appetite? Is sunscreen only for sunny days? Can a base tan really protect you from burns? And are cloudy days as safe as they seem? Today, we're diving into the surprising benefits, hidden risks, and some of the most common myths about sun exposure. Stay with us till the end to uncover what's true, what's not, and how to make the most of the sun safely. Whether you're a sun lover or just want to keep your skin healthy, you won't want to miss this. So grab your sunscreen, and let's explore the bright and the shady sides of soaking up the sun. Sun exposure helps the body produce vitamin D, which is essential for bone health, immune function, and mood regulation. Just 10 to 30 minutes of sun exposure can be beneficial for many people. Adequate vitamin D from sunlight is known to support immune system function, helping the body fight off infections and reducing the risk of autoimmune conditions. Mood booster. Sunlight exposure increases serotonin levels, which can improve mood and help reduce feelings of depression, especially seasonal affective disorder (SAD). Regular sun exposure helps regulate circadian rhythms, supporting better sleep by normalizing melatonin production. Moderate sun exposure can help treat some skin conditions, like psoriasis, eczema, and acne, due to the sunlight's anti-inflammatory properties. Sun exposure can help reduce inflammation in the body, which may benefit conditions like arthritis and certain autoimmune disorders. Some studies suggest that UV exposure can release nitric oxide, which helps reduce blood pressure, lowering risks of heart disease and stroke. Enhanced bone health. Vitamin D from sun exposure plays a crucial role in calcium absorption, strengthening bones and preventing osteoporosis. Sunlight can encourage outdoor activities, which are beneficial for cardiovascular health, mental well-being, and physical fitness. Some research suggests that adequate vitamin D levels through sun exposure support cognitive function, possibly reducing risks of age-related brain decline and dementia. So, soaking up the sun has some amazing benefits. But remember, every bright side has its shadow. Now, let's take a look at the controversial and risky aspects of sunbathing, and why moderation matters when it comes to catching those rays. Prolonged sun exposure increases the risk of skin cancers, including melanoma, basal cell carcinoma, and squamous cell carcinoma, especially if sunscreen isn't used effectively. Excessive UV exposure accelerates skin aging, causing wrinkles, fine lines, and loss of elasticity, which can appear years before normal aging processes. Sunburns, caused by UVB rays, are not only painful but also increase the risk of skin cancer, especially after repeated occurrences. UV rays can damage the eyes, potentially leading to conditions like cataracts, macular degeneration, and even blindness in severe cases. While moderate sun exposure may boost immunity, excessive exposure can have the opposite effect, leading to immunosuppression and a reduced ability to fight off infections. Excessive tanning or sun exposure can become addictive, known as tannorexia, where individuals feel compelled to tan, despite risks. Spending too much time in the sun can cause overheating, heat stroke, and dehydration, especially in hot climates without adequate hydration. Some sunscreens contain chemicals that may disrupt hormones or affect marine ecosystems. Finding safer, eco-friendly sunscreens is a growing concern. UV rays can lead to the formation of free radicals, which damage cells and DNA, contributing to cancer, skin aging, and other health issues if antioxidant levels are low. Vitamin D overproduction risks. Although rare, excessive sun exposure can cause the body to produce too much vitamin D, potentially leading to hypercalcemia, where calcium builds up in the bloodstream, affecting kidneys and bones. Sunlight can lift our spirits and support our health, but respecting its power is key. So the next time you step into the sun, remember balance is everything. Protect yourself, enjoy the warmth, and make the most of nature's light safely. So, here are some less common or surprising facts about sunbathing, covering unique benefits and some hidden risks. Exposure to sunlight might help with weight management. Sunlight has been linked to better regulation of body fat and improved metabolism, helping the body maintain a healthy weight. But excessive exposure could increase stress hormones, such as cortisol, in response to UV damage, which in turn can lead to weight gain or stress eating. Sunlight may actually reduce pain sensitivity. This is partly due to serotonin and endorphins released with sun exposure, which can have mild pain-relieving effects. But keep in mind, prolonged sun exposure can cause dehydration, which can actually make body aches worse and contribute to headaches. Sunlight exposure might speed up the healing process for certain minor skin wounds, as UV rays can reduce bacterial counts on the skin's surface. But excessive sun exposure damages skin cells and can slow down wound healing, especially if the skin is already sensitive or burned. Some studies suggest that regular sun exposure can help lower blood sugar levels by improving insulin sensitivity. People with sensitive skin or conditions like diabetes need to be cautious, as sunburns can increase stress on the body and raise blood sugar temporarily. Low, controlled sunlight exposure can stimulate dopamine release in the retina, which may help slow the development of myopia, nearsightedness. Unprotected eyes exposed to too much sun are at risk of serious damage, including cataracts, eye sunburn, and even permanent vision loss over time. Sunlight exposure can increase testosterone levels in men, potentially boosting libido and fertility. For women, sunlight may also balance reproductive hormones. However, excessive UV exposure can lower reproductive health by increasing oxidative stress, which may affect sperm health and skin's hormonal balance. Higher vitamin D levels from sunlight are associated with better memory and learning abilities, especially in older adults. On the other side, overexposure leading to sunburn or heat stress can have negative effects on brain function, causing headaches and even temporary cognitive fog. Sunlight and blood clot prevention. Some studies show that sunlight can help reduce blood clotting risk by increasing circulation and reducing certain inflammatory markers, but as we already know, spending too much time in direct sun can lead to dehydration, which makes the blood thicker and, ironically, may increase the risk of clots in certain individuals. Moderate sun exposure may help the body release toxins through sweating, which can contribute to a sense of skin purity. But, over-sweating in the sun without replenishing lost fluids can lead to dehydration and loss of essential minerals. These unusual effects show how sunlight affects more than just our mood and skin. Moderation, hydration, and sun protection help balance these unique benefits and risks. So, we've seen both the good and the risky sides of sun exposure. But what about the myths? There are plenty of common beliefs about the sun that just don't hold up. Let's bust some myths and set the record straight on sun safety. You don't need sunscreen on cloudy days. Wrong, up to 80% of UV rays still penetrate clouds, so sun protection is needed even on overcast days. A base tan protects you from sunburn. Incorrect, a tan provides minimal protection, roughly equivalent to SPF 3, which is far from adequate against UV damage. Only fair-skinned people need sunscreen. Mistaken, all skin tones are vulnerable to UV damage and skin cancer. Everyone benefits from sunscreen. Tanning beds are a safer way to get a tan. False, tanning beds emit concentrated UVA rays, which are just as harmful as natural sunlight, and increase skin cancer risk. If you don't burn, you're safe from sun damage. Flawed, sun damage can happen without visible burns. UVA rays penetrate deeply and cause long-term damage like aging and skin cancer. Darker skin doesn't age as fast, so UV isn't an issue. Untrue. While darker skin may show fewer wrinkles, UV exposure still increases risks of hyperpigmentation, skin texture changes, and skin cancer. Higher SPF sunscreens block all UV rays. No sunscreen blocks 100% of UV rays. SPF 30 blocks about 97%, and SPF 50 blocks 98%, so reapplication is key. People don't need sunscreen in winter. Inaccurate, UV rays are present year-round. Snow can reflect UV rays, increasing exposure, especially at higher altitudes. The sun brings warmth, energy, and health benefits, but it also has its risks and a fair share of myths. Understanding both the bright side and the shadow of sun exposure lets us enjoy it safely and wisely. So next time you step out, remember, protect your skin, embrace the benefits, and leave the myths behind.